Hi, everybody. In this video, we're going to take a very quick look at simplifying expressions. When you look at this expression right here, it looks rather complex, but there's a way that we can take this expression and make it something a little simpler to use, and it's just a little bit of work to get there. So let's take a good look at how we can do that. So believe it or not, when you look at these two expressions, 4b at the bottom and 5b minus 2b plus b, they're actually the same, and I'm going to show you how that is. We can take this one at the top here and we can simplify it. Since these things are all using the variable b, and there's no other variable in this equation or in this expression, then we can simply do the math and sort of add and subtract it all together. So for example, 5b minus 2b is 3b. Okay, because 5 minus 2 is 3. It's still multiplied by b plus b. Okay, and then we look again, well, 3b plus 1b is 4b. Okay, and there you go, 4b, the same as the one we have on the bottom. Now, the way that we can prove this is pretty simple. I've already said that b equals 2 here, so we can simply plug it in. So 4b equals 8, because 4 times 2 equals 8. Let's try the top one. 5b, so that's 5 times 2. Take away 2b, which is 2 times 2. And plus b, which is 2. So let's do that math. So that equals 10. Take away 4, 2 times 2, plus 2. So 10 take away 4 is 6, plus 2 equals 8. In that case, when b is 2, it equals 8. So as you can see from our experiment, these two are the same. So we can simplify all of what we call like terms, terms that have the same variable. So let's test it out. I'm going to do this slowly at first, and then hopefully we'll go a little faster. Here we have an expression that's all got a variable r. It's all full of r. So let's just do it step by step. So 3r plus 5r equals 8r. And I'm just going to keep writing out the entire equation just to make this sort of make the most sense possible. Okay, and then let's say our next one. So 8r take away r is going to be 7r. 8r take away 1r. You'll notice we never use the number 1 in front of a variable, because if a variable is by itself, we have to understand already that it's got the number 1 there, right? Because any variable by itself is always sort of understood as being multiplied by 1. 7r plus 3r plus r. Okay, 7r plus 3r is 10. I'm going to be a little faster. So 10r plus 1r is 11r. So you see the sort of benefit here. Instead of me plugging the letter r in here and then doing all the math that comes along, I can simply simplify it first and then plug the letter r in and usually have a simple addition, multiplication, division, or subtraction equation to do. This one I'm going to do a little faster down here. Okay, 16t minus 3t is 13t, plus 10t is 23t, minus 1 is 22t. Okay, so I did a little faster. Now, fortunately, I'm not really paying a lot of attention to bedmass rules or anything, because I just am using subtraction and addition at this point. So you do them interchangeably just as they appear. So up here on the top, I'm going to tell you to pause your video now and take a second and see if you can figure this one out for yourself. So I would pause it, try this out, and we'll come back in 1 second, solve it. So go ahead and pause now. Okay, presumably you've come back, and so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to solve this one. It's 5j plus j minus 4j. Let's do it in a couple steps. 5j plus 1j is like 5 plus 2j, so it's 7j minus 4j, and 7 minus 4 is 3, so it's 3j. Hopefully that's what you came up with there. Now, looking at the one down here, it's different. I've thrown a different thing at you. This expression has 2 different variables. You're not going to see a lot of those right now, but you should know how to handle them when you do. So what this means is that you have to simplify 2 different pieces, because f and e are not the same variable. I can't just add them together, right? I can't stick them together in any way. They're completely separate numbers. So the way I can do it is I can rearrange this a lot, sort of similarly to what we learned when we were doing integers. I can take anything with the variable e and put it in one place, and anything with the variable f, and then put them together. So it'll look like this: 5e subtract 3e plus 9f plus 2f. Now, just really quick, why is it subtract 3e? Well, if I look at the 3e over here, it's a negative. It's subtracting. It's a negative integer. It's a negative 3e. So I have to make sure I maintain that here in the equation as well. And then let's finish it off. So 5e take away 3e is 2e plus 9f plus 2f, which would be 11f. Now you might be wondering what's the next step. There is no further step. I can't put 2e and 11f together any way than I already have, which is by using that addition symbol. We can't solve this any further until we know what e and f are. So until we have a value for them, that's the end of this equation. It's simplified as far as it can go. Sort of the same rule apply in these two situations. In this case, I have an expression that has an n and an n squared. N squared is not the same as n. And think about that for a second, right? 2 is not the same as 2 squared. 2 squared is 4. So if I pretended that n and n squared were the same thing, I would be wrong, right? So same thing, I'm going to uh, express it this way. I'm going to change everything around a little bit. N squared plus n squared. Okay, and so now I have this expression, all the same numbers are present, but I've rearranged it a little bit. 6n take away 3n, that's pretty easy. That's going to be 3n. Oops, like that. 3n plus n squared plus n squared. That's 2n squared. So 2n squared, just like that, okay, because I had two of them. All right. Down here, what I have is I have something that occurs occasionally where I have two variables multiplied together in this spot. So if you look right here, I have a and b, but they're multiplied together. And then over here, I have just b, and over here, I have just a. Those are three different variables. They're all a little bit different. If a is 2, let's say, and b is 3, well, this is 2 times 3, so that's going to be 6, right? Whereas this is just 3, and this is just 2. So I can't mix those together either. So the way I have to do this is, again, rewrite for AB plus, and then I scan. Are there any more ABs? Yes, there's one over here at the end. For AB plus AB. And then I'm going to do plus 3B. And there are no more. 3B is the only one of that form. And then I actually have to watch because I've got a minus 2A plus 3A. Okay, and I'm going to have to use my exponent understanding there. So 4ab plus 1ab, that's now 5, 5ab, okay, plus 3b, and then I have a minus 2a plus 3a. So I'm just going to consider my integers, minus 2 plus 3, negative 2 plus 3, it's 1, so plus 1a, and of course, what did I tell you about that 1? We don't need it. We can just do plus a. Okay, and that's done as well. I can't proceed with this until I have any more values. Okay, hope this was helpful, guys.